Well, many American broadcasters love Joe Biden, and that's their prerogative. Good luck to them. But it puts these networks in a very uncomfortable position of essentially barracking for the government rather than asking tough questions. Who needs actual journalism when you can just have stenographers blindly praising every move? And as we get closer to the US election, you are going to see a lot more of this sort of sleight of hand journalism everywhere on every issue. Which brings me to this conversation on MSNBC about the US economy off the back of some positive jobs data, even though the country is in the grips of an inflation and debt crisis.
When you cover these things, some months it'll be good, some months it'll be bad. The interesting thing is usually when you get a strong employment report, stocks go down because business owners think, you know what, they're going to demand more wages and all that. It's very hard to parse this economy and find the systemically broken parts.
Yeah.
It's just a good economy.
Yeah.
And this is tough for people who don't want it to be so.
Well, the panel made some bold claims about how great the economy was going, even though the country is suffering under $34 trillion of debt. A recent survey also found that 61% of Americans are in pretty major credit card debt, owing an average of $5,800, and 23% of those respondents say every month the debt worsens. But ignoring all that, this panel went on and as far as to argue that people should not even be able to make the argument that the economy has issues. It's all Republican spin, according to these distinguished journalists.
Let's talk the politics of it now for the Democrats and Republicans. For the Republicans, what are the politics of it? They can't say the economy's bad. It's not.
They can't. Well, they shouldn't. Let me rephrase.
Oh, okay.
They should not. But it won't stop them, and they'll say inflation. And here's the part that's hurting the Democrats, is that there still is a narrative out there that the economy is not strong. And now add that we're seeing certain things that don't fall into the inflation index, like gasoline and housing costs, that are still going up and people feel it.
If Joe Biden is going to stand up and tell people doing it tough that it's all in their head and the economy is actually perfect, he will lose the election. But the worst take of all came from host Joy Reid, who made the argument that people were too stupid to notice how good the economy is because of so-called Biden bucks pouring into cities.
My husband and I drove in today. My husband, brother, and I, we were all in the car. And as we're driving, all you see is the Biden bucks being spent all over. You see infrastructure projects going from here, from Maryland to D.C. It's Biden bucks being spent everywhere.